They've been doing it. But if you want to turn with me one last time, well, we're going to be in 2 Timothy. We're going to start verses 16, the study on the doctrine of God. The last few times we met, we've been looking at, in particular, the fact that God has spoken. We were looking at that. We know that we saw that God spoke, and still does, really, through creation. Isn't that what Psalm 19 tells us? The heavens declare the glory of... We talked about that. We saw that God speaks and still speaks through his prophets and his son. We could just say that's the Old and the New Testament, which led us into last week, that God speaks, has spoken, and still speaks to us through his word. Throughout redemptive history, that's from creation, the fall, until the end of I can't say that word. See, I shouldn't write down a word I can't say. I can say it in my head. Apostolic. Did I say it right? Apostolic. Apostolic, that's it. I know it when I hear it. Apostolic era, which is the end of the apostles, right? Which would have been, who was the last living apostle? Don't say the guy down the street that calls him apostle whatever. That's not him, no. The last living apostle was the Apostle John, right? Everybody else was martyred. You wanted to be an apostle back then, it came at a high cost, right? So once John passed away, that era passed away. It is plain to see that through that time that God had spoken, like he's spoken through his prophets and he spoke through his apostles. And so I kind of floated this question last week, I think, but does God still speak